Good morning to you. It is time for the Princeton Research Money Info Show, brought to you by Princeton Research with Mike King in Las Vegas and Charles Moskowitz in Boston. Good morning, guys.
And Casey Quintana.
Oh, Casey in lovely Tampa Bay.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. How are you, Michael? And where are you, Michael? You're all over the place.
Las Vegas today.
You are in Las Vegas, so it's, boy, you got up early. It's 7:06 out there.
Oh, yeah. The market opens at 6:30.
There you go. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you got that.
The East Coast has a big advantage over us.
Imagine
this. They have several hours of study
Uh-huh.
ready for the markets.
Yep.
So Charles is trading up a storm.
Oh, is he really?
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
He's doing a fantastic job, too. I mean, he's making a lot of money for people.
That's great. Good stuff. Well, what has been going on in your world this week, Mike?
Outside of the trading, which Charles does most of the trading, and he's putting out texts right now. Anybody who text updates, UPDATES, to 69302, they get all the trades.
There you go.
Okay. You just put 69302 in your cell phone, just send that up, and then type in UPDATES. Okay, so this morning he's selling the Transportation Index, the IYT, which is, he's buying puts in that.
Okay.
He's selling that right into the, what is like the 50-day moving average.
Uh-huh.
Selling that.
Okay.
And then he's also put out a couple other flashes. You have to have the texting service to see all the trades.
Yeah,
There's a number of trades.
And of course that works hand in glove with your newsletter, which folks can pick up at PrincetonResearch.com and just subscribe, and that would be phenomenal for you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you were in New York last week.
Yes, I sure was.
With a bunch of petroleum guys, and what did you learn while you were in New York City?
At the OSHA money show, the OSHA show, which was at the Sheraton, which was unbelievably busy. And of course, the world has an insatiable thirst for energy, especially oil.
Right.
There still is really not much of a substitute if you want to drive a car for a combustion engine. You're stuck with it.
Yep. Oil prices, by the way, down a little bit this morning, down to $88.30 as we went on the air, down by 89 cents, as a matter of fact. Brent crude is $99.35. It's down a buck. They're talking about a little oversupply. Well, I don't know what that means, but all I know is coming in today, the prices for gas at the pump here in South Florida just went up 10 cents in one day, up to $3.44
a lot of that
a gallon.
may be taxes.
You know, you may be right. That could be right, too. Yeah. Yep. You could be right. Yeah. And I heard a ding there a little bit ago. Was that Casey?
It sure is.
Hey.
Welcome, Casey.
How are things over on the west side of Florida?
Oh, boy, I tell you, things are beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a great time of year.
The rain cleaned out everything, and it is. It truly is nice. We have a friend visiting from Minneapolis, and of course he left several inches of snow behind. The first thing we did the other day was go to the beach. and took a picture for his wife at the beach, which that's great. So it was amazing.
I'll tell you, my younger brother is a union official, which sends me down a whole nother rant. But he was up in I still call him my brother though.
Uh-huh.
He was up in Duluth, Minnesota for the last week, and he called me. He's like, I can't believe that there's 2 feet of snow on the ground. It's just,
Ooh.
It's April. It's not right.
Oh yeah. Well,
and he lives here in Tampa near me, so he's like, I can't get out of here fast enough.
Yeah.
It's incredible how in the northern states they still have snow on the ground.
You know, when you've been out of it for a while, and you know, they always joke about blood thinning when you move to Florida, or in Mike's case, Las Vegas. But it really, believe me, it really is true. It really is true. When I left Connecticut and went to L.A. and then all of a sudden occasionally had assignments in snow country, man, I felt it. And it was totally different. But, well, Casey, what's going on in your world?
Oh, boy. Well, got a couple of things. You know, it's sort of off topic. I'm trying to figure out what official at Auburn has dirt on what official at the NCAA.
Got it. Love it, huh?
I can't understand it. It defies everything I understand as being logical. We know Cam Newton was paid by Auburn, yet the NCAA found nothing. When we hear that Auburn has changed grades, has paid players to forgo the NFL draft their senior year to come back and play. There's all this smoke, but no fire. Yet the NCAA will come down on these poor kids from Ohio State for selling their own stuff, on Miami. I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
It's an SEC school. That's what.
That's
what it is. That's what it is. It's real money. That's what it is. Oh no, I don't know. Yeah, that's weird stuff, and I'm not sure how all that works. But yeah, you are correct, and I think it does come down to money. I mean, you know, they just signed this monstrous television contract with ESPN and CBS, and it's going to go on forever. Mike, how would you like to have this? Your television show gets renewed until 2025. That's the case with Notre Dame football on NBC. Has any other television show signed for a 12-year run? I don't think so. Not in prime time.
Well,
that's
Notre
for sure.
Dame has a great name, just like Tsunami.
Yeah, that's
Tsunami.
it. Tsunami's next. They're the next Notre Dame, right, Casey?
Well, yeah, but that's why the poor PhD in quantum physics makes $80,000 a year at Notre Dame, where their head coach makes $1.7 million a year. it just goes, goes where the money is.
Well, you could be a professor.
Unfortunately, people don't turn into NBC to watch quantum physics.
That's right. Well, you could be a professor at USC and make $19,000 a year. You know. Hey, I really feel bad for my old buddy John Corzine. Being sued by all sorts of folks over the MF Global collapse and stuff, you know.
Oh.
That poor New Jersey politician being picked on by people. Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, MF Global, I'm not sure exactly what MF stands for, but
we can't say it on the air, that's for sure. Not in this case. But, and Mike and Charles have talked about this. I don't know, what's your opinion about Netflix? Because they are going through the roof, stock-wise this morning.
Yeah, and it looks like a Me Too, that other people could do the same thing. It doesn't look like they have a great secret.
Well, here's what they have: great contracts. It's all about content. They've got good contracts to keep providing the content. They're now starting to produce their own content, which they can remonetize. Haskins is a great CEO. Netflix was not the first one to the party.
Right.
There were several others before, but they flamed because they just couldn't put all the pieces to the puzzle together. Netflix has, over their history, they've really only had one major blunder. The rest of their plan has really been executed very well.
Yeah. And they're really going to start getting into like the local sports area, which we will be too with our WPSL TV. And so, it is truly amazing. And, I guess the downside is we will be losing a little bit of our copyright to them, but we already do when we put our stuff up on YouTube. A lot of people don't know that, but the copyright refers to YouTube once it goes to YouTube. So even if it is like, and we're putting our local shows up on YouTube now, and people don't understand that all of a sudden that show may be owned by us terrestrially, throw that word in, which means normal broadcast, but once it hits YouTube, it is owned by YouTube. So that's, it's kind of a fishy dilemma there. But
so it becomes extraterrestrially.
Charles. Yeah, E.T.
Sorry I'm late, guys. We were having a fairly active morning.
Yeah, Mike says you're having a texting party this morning.
Yeah, evidently.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Charles does not text and use the phone at the same time.
Right.
Oh.
Well, I don't text and drive.
There you go.
Although, actually, I got to tell you,
no, don't go there.
No. There's a new button on my iPhone 5 that they just upgraded the software last week.
Now
and,
what?
If you go to the texting thing, and there's a button with a speaker on it, and all you have to do is speak, and it converts it, and it sends it.
Oh, God. Are you kidding?
No. Well, you would think that. Anyway, so what we did so far this morning is we bought some UAL puts.
United Airlines?
Yeah.
Yep.
My feeling is travel really stinks right now. And I think that Kramer had a conversation this morning about the fact that he was in Orlando flying back to Kennedy. They got on the plane, they pushed back on time, they were sitting at the end of the runway next to take off, and the captain got on and read a message that was distributed by the FAA.
Sequester.
Saying they do not have enough controllers at Kennedy, and because of the sequester, and that the flight was going to be delayed 2.5 hours so that they could, quote, round up, workers to take the plane in. And, Orlando to Kennedy is probably only a 2-hour flight. So delayed for 2.5 hours, specifically referencing the sequester. So between that and the fact that airline experience now is horrendous, prices are sky high, I'm a little negative, and so I've put in an order to sell the transport calls, the IYT calls. We paid 78 cents for them. I have them in at $1.15. That's where they're trading, so I'm assuming we're out. But another one, two of our stocks that we've discussed fairly extensively, both biotechs, both with stage 3 trials, both with tremendous partners, being, Amgen, Genentech, etc., have really exploded. We paid $9.55 for some CLDX. It's trading right now. Stephen Cohen from SAC filed a 13D yesterday after the close at 5.2%. The stock is currently trading 13.5.
Whoa.
And we just lost half of our position in the Celdex calls, the 13s that we paid 60 cents for. We lost half of them at $1.20. So we're not subject on the other one. And the other one is Array, ARRY. It's currently trading, let's see, 650, 649, 650. We had a big position in the Array 5 calls at 35 cents that we lost half of at $1 last week. They're currently trading $1.55. And we own the Array stock in the big account at an average price of $4.60. We paid $4.35 and $5.10 for it.
Wow.
So we're having a fairly good day, which is why I kind of misplaced the fact that we have the radio show.
That's okay. We forgive you.
And yesterday, on a text, we bought IBM May 190 calls at $2.32. They're currently $3.10, $3.20.
See, Casey hasn't said anything yet because he's not all that
Okay.
impressed because his company does
morning.
this every day, right?
Right.
Casey. Your stock goes up about $4 every day, so not a big deal to you, right? Oh, wow.
Yeah, 10,000% move is pretty common for us.
Yeah, right. In your dreams, pal. Oh man.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, we've got a lot of pretty exciting stuff going on right now. Particularly with the military. We're a really popular product. Tsunami Strike is a very popular product with special forces, Army Rangers, Navy SEALs, because these are combat athletes who need to go from 0 to 100%, on a dime.
Wow.
And when they, when they're called up and it's just amazing. With the flip of a switch, they have to be at 100% alertness and full physical and mental ability. So they love Tsunami Strike because it gets them into that combat-ready position. So we're pretty popular among special forces, and we've been having some conversations over the last couple of days, and it really escalated yesterday to where particularly the Navy and their SEALs units, they understand that SEALs are a special breed of athlete, and they now provide them. You have a BUDS class, and you'll have 350 go in and 20 come out, and they understand the stress, the mental and physical stress that they're under.
Right.
So they're now providing them with nutritionalists, with physical therapists, with chiropractors, with supplementation. So we've now been positioned with them to as a supplementation to get them through their training.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some retired SEALs that have started a company that, very similar to the NFL Combine, there will be schools that train athletes to get them ready for the Combine. Well, these SEALs have started a school to get guys and girls ready for BUDS because, again, there's a 90% washout rate. So a lot of these people that really have their goals and targets set on graduating as a SEAL, they want to take these classes to get them prepared so they can make it through the BUDS
Interesting,
process. So we're joining up with them, and we're going to be supplementing all of these elite combat athletes as they're getting ready for their training and their acceptance, and then once they go through and are accepted through their careers. It's really exciting for us.
That's a huge story.
Yeah.
Like when does this actually start, or has it already?
Well, we've really come close to finalizing everything yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 1,001 supplement companies out there, and we've already ranted about that. But because 1,000 of them they'll cherry pick compounds here and there and put them in, but not at the required dosing. They understand that our entire philosophy is based on research, and we only use compounds and dosing that has been proven through peer-reviewed research. They appreciate that, and they selected us out of thousands of companies that are out there providing products. So, we yesterday we made some great steps in strides forwards in finalizing that agreement.
Well, now, could you possibly take some of this stuff to Washington, D.C. and have it work on Congress? No. Never mind.
We don't make an anti-stupid pill.
Hey, Charles, is Charles still on the line with us? I know
I'm here.
Oh,
Yes.
hey, mega hats off to your police department up there.
Unbelievable, aren't they? They really did the job.
My God, that was amazing what they did in a very short period of time. I mean,
it really is.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But what amazes me, and this gets back to what Casey's talking about with his product and what you and Mike have talked about for years, the technology has changed everything. When all of a sudden you got, 9 million people, or actually, seriously, it was over 1 million, submitting pictures to the FBI, and then you nab the guy less than 24 hours later. That's mind-boggling.
Yeah,
it is.
God,
it's amazing how they can pull a needle out of a haystack.
Yeah, in the case,
they say that he's they've been interviewing him, but he can't speak.
Right.
So I guess
he writes.
Writes, yeah.
Yep, and
which is just amazing. I guess the FBI turned the crime scene over last night, and so they're cleaning up. And their biggest problem is they don't know what to do with the memorial that people have been leaving stuff there because it's so big.
Mm-hmm. Well, you may want to leave it there. It's just one of those things. And, it's amazing because the FBI is going to have to answer a lot of questions over this whole thing. If they knew that this guy was a problem 3 years ago, how do you get back in the country?
Well, it turns out it's the older brother who was the problem.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's, oh, man, what a mess. What a mess. But hats off to the police and all the agencies up there who worked hand in glove, and shows you what you can do when you work together. And, boy, they were truly amazing, to say the least.
Yeah. By the way, just so that everyone knows, I just put out another text to sell half again of the ARRY calls. Now, we bought them on the 15th, so last Monday. We bought 20 in the small account and 20 in the small account and 40 in the large account because they were so cheap. They were 35 cents. So we had to sell half of them at $1 on a gap up, and now we're selling another half again. So we went from, in the small account, 20 to 10 to 5. So we're maintaining a position, but we just got $1.55 for the 35 centers, and basically all the money plus a substantial profit is out of both accounts, and we still have positions.
Wow, amazing. Hey, I was thinking, of course you guys are also plugged into the petroleum thing. I was thinking of watching Bloomberg last night, and they had the story on this little automotive company called Local Automotive, and I think they're somewhere out in Nevada, Mike. And these guys make custom off-road cars that you can also drive on land. And you come out and help build your car. It's an amazing project. The cars are around $100,000, so I mean obviously it's certainly not cheap, but the typical off-road car gets maybe 5, 6 miles, 7 miles to the gallon, and these are getting mid-20s.
So it's a kit plus help.
Yeah. And
that's great.
And apparently the way the owner of this company was talking, that there are going to be, as they call them, micro builders popping up all over the United States, and that this could be the future of the auto industry, where you get a bunch of these guys together and they're coming up with these amazing designs.
Yeah, it's everybody sees the dramatic success of Tesla.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know where it is now, but I was looking at it yesterday, making a new high at $50, which I'm going to guess is up about 25% in the last month or so.
Yeah.
And they see that there's room for fragmented bits of the market.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's truly amazing, when you think about that. And, and you wonder just, where are we going? I mean, are we going to have natural gas cars? Are we going to, Like Mike said at the top of the show, the combustion engine is not going to go away anytime soon.
Keep in mind that Tesla is one of 15 companies that didn't make it. Tesla is the only one that had made it. They just have some brilliant engineers. And let's welcome Andy Sealfon to the show here from RMS
Andy.
Medical Services.
How are you, Andy?
Hello.
How you been?
This is Andy.
Yeah, how you been?
Good. How are you doing?
Are you lying under a snowbank?
It feels cold enough here, but it's just a bit cloudy now in New York. It is kind of cool, though.
Yeah, kind of cool. Listen to him. Yeah, it's somewhere floating around 19 degrees, right?
No, it's even 41 up here.
Oh, well, that's not bad. Hey, that's beach weather for you, Charles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can do your marathons and stuff like that out there.
Yeah, that's me.
There. Andy, what's going on? Yeah, with Casey. Casey's on from Tampa. Of course, Mike in Las Vegas. What's going on with you guys in lovely New York?
Well, we're busy working.
Yep.
Things are going very well. We've completed several of our trade show circuits. We had a wonderful trade show at the National Home Infusion Association. We presented, that was in Dallas about 2 weeks ago. We published a poster showing the effects of the products that we, of course, are marketing and selling, how we do the administration of the drugs that are used in our Freedom 60 syringe infusion system, how we minimize problems for patients, and how we maximize the benefits of this entire therapy. Very well received. We had a very good session with many of our distributors there. So it was a very, very good, productive trade show. We do a number of trade shows a year, probably 15.
Yeah. Now you were. I think the last time we were talking, you were talking about going to Europe, I guess, right, for a trade show?
Yeah, we did a trade show in Europe. We'll probably be back in Europe in the next couple of months.
Okay.
And then how about Asia?
We're looking at Asia now. We were negotiating with a company to enter the Japan market, and we're proceeding with several other companies and leads that we have. So we are looking at getting established there. So if you know anyone who's looking for marketing into Asia, we can certainly talk to them.
Yes, absolutely. We sure do. Broadleaf has a partner in Singapore, Gerald Liu. We'll definitely have to get you on with him because they're very affluent in Singapore.
Wow.
Well, we have a very good opportunity in Asia, and there have been studies published on the immune globulin use in Japan, and specifically they have some very good results. They're looking to bring that into Japan, and the company, the pharmaceutical company involved, would be very interested in having our products over there to launch the drug. So yeah, we certainly could use any contacts to facilitate that. That would be great.
Boy, that sounds great. And we also have a guest on line 6. And we want to welcome John Jeckler with us on line 6. I think John's calling from New York as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi. How you doing, John?
Oh, my name is Don.
Oh, Don. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
And
You're very well.
You are on with Andy, with Mike, with Casey, and Charles Moskowitz in Boston. So we've got a whole room full here.
A whole room full.
Yeah. So what's up with you, Don?
Well, I've been a long-time supporter of REPR. I've known Andy for quite a number of years, and he's turned around the company to where it's profitable, and it's a shame that the stock isn't reacting the way the company has done.
Well, don't you expect that will come, though?
Well, if we get the word out to enough people, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what has impressed me, and this is where I guess maybe I think more of the emergency stuff than a lot of people, seeing that in 2004 and 2005 we had two direct hits, hurricanes in 2004 that came into the Treasure Coast, and then had another one that came through the back door in 2005 with Wilma. So we are well aware of this, which really leads us to believe that Andy's products that don't need electricity are off the charts.
Right.
And that's where I would think every emergency agency around the country would just jump at this stuff.
Absolutely. I always thought that, and hopefully the company will be marketing their products all over the world, and their revenues will grow, as will their earnings.
Well, Andy, that sounds pretty impressive, huh? Don seems to like the product.
I'm sorry, I can't quite hear what Don was saying
either. He loves your product. That's what it is, Andy.
Well, we believe that our products will play an important role now and in the future. And the benefit of our products is that we provide a tremendous amount of value for